Hey everyone, this is Sam with TurnOneMagic, and we are on a pack one pick one of a XMage cube draft using the Moto Holiday Cube. This isn't like the craziest pack. I mean, there are three signets, and I should probably take one of them. And I think if I was going to take one, I think Demir's signet is most likely the one I like the best. As splashing things like Mind Twist and the Tutors are really strong, and just playing blue in general is always great. Without Thank you. Everyone's still here? Alright, good. Making sure this is still going on. And let's make sure we're still recording, because we gotta do that every time. But Demir's signet is strong. Signets are just good in general. Maybe if I'm really, really lucky I can wheel one of these. But other than that, there's really nothing I outwardly want from this pack. If I saw this pack in like 4 picks, I'd probably be very disappointed. But for now, signet's great. Like, I could expect maybe like the Pithing Needle would come back. Counterspells, signets, Flooded Strand. So, I'm probably just going to take another signet here. There's also Counterspell, which is good, but it's the only blue card here, and it's fine, but it's like removal. It would be like taking Doomblade. I mean, this is a bit better than Doomblade, but, excuse me, it's not really exciting. This top, which is okay. Flooded Strand, which is good, but if I'm going to take like a open fixer, I'm going to keep the current one. We'll see what happens. I'd rather just take the signets. I think the signets are generally stronger than fetches. Geist is pretty good. Library's pretty good. Downfall's pretty good, but I like signet. I'll take that here. This pack is a little less exciting. I mean, there's a Lingering Souls, which is pretty good, but I don't know if I really want to take that here. I think it's the best card in this pack, but with two signets, I don't know if like signets are really a Lingering Souls deck. They're not like not a Lingering Souls deck, if that makes any sense. But of all the colors I have, white is not one of them. I don't really have any colors. I could just like stay open and try to take Glacial Fortress, but I don't love that either. Or maybe take the gifts and hope the Barrier Raids comes back. Alright, Jesus, I'll change my damn scheme. Yeah, maybe this like gifts is better than Lingering Souls. Just because I do like doing silly stuff with the gifts. Yeah, I'll try that. I think just keeping on taking signets is good. 3 signets seems like a pretty good start. Allows me to play like pretty much any deck I want to, other than like an aggro deck, which I don't think I'd really want to be taking with the cards I've been seeing anyways. Other than that, there's like Birthing Pod, which I don't think is insane. Especially not with what I have. Goblin Welder, which is kind of cool, but And there's like Mox Diamond, Phantasmal Image. Like Mox Diamond should probably be in this conversation a little bit, and like Godless Shrine to a far lesser degree, but I think signets are really strong. Now we have to decide what we're going to do. Like there's Spellskite, which is a pretty good card. It'll protect your broken things that you could be doing. There's a sword, which doesn't really go with anything we're doing right now, but it's strong if we end up playing creatures. This Null Rod, like, demolishes us. There's also this Yawgmoth bargain. It's kind of funny. I don't know if it's really great to be taking Yawgmoth's bargain here, but nah, I'm just gonna take Spellskite. I think it's just a stronger card. And then, while Academy Ruins does look like something this deck would want, there's like a slight chance it might come back. There'll be 2 cards left in this pack when it comes around again. And I think Force of Will, if I end up playing blue, will be more important because I'll probably be doing something not exactly fair if you're playing all these signets, like, really early turn, expensive spells and whatnot. Maybe a Tinker, perhaps. And I think it's better just to have the free counterspell to protect yourself against that. Against, like, like Doomblade or anything like that, like Path Textile that destroys your Sphinx of Jarail, Diabolic Deed, what have you. I might just take, like, Gideon Jur, because it's just the strongest card in the pack. Outside of, like, what you could be doing. There is Necropotence, but I like that a lot less than I like Yawgmoth's Bargain. I think it's some pretty good white cards and some pretty good black cards. Pretty late. And I think Gideon Jur is just a better card than anything else in here that I just have to be taking it. I might not be playing white, but I think that's a sign that I should at least consider it. Necromancy, I think it's enough better. I mean, the Gideon Jur isn't something that I could be definitely playing, but whereas with a Guess and Given already, I think this Necromancy is looking a lot better. And I like Blue-Black Reanimator. I think that's a pretty strong deck. And I'll happily abandon this Gideon Jur if it comes to that. It's just you should be taking the best spells this early on if you can. If you're, like, not really committed to anything. Whereas, well, yeah, see, look. Oh, maybe I'll just get this signet back. And I do, and it's insane. So that's great. 4 signets. I wonder if that's excessive. I don't think so. This way, I'll be able to play, like, any kind of, like, Tinker, Mirror Battlesphere, Metalworker, perhaps. All those cards will be good. There's Top, but there's also a Fled Strand. And a Hero's Downfall. And a Brain Maggot. I do like the Top. But I think I'm actually going to go with the Fixing. No, I'm going to go Top. I'm gonna go Top. I don't play with Top a lot, so I'm going to try it out and maybe it'll work out. Now, do I go with Fixing now, or do I actually go with the removal here? And I don't know how much I really want to be delving, but I think I would rather that than, ooh, man, Welder or Caracas. Caracas is like so good against so many, but I have so many artifacts. I think I have to play Welder, especially with the Gifts Ungiven. Maybe like, yeah, I don't want to play against Null Rod. Terminus with the Top probably should have been the pick there. So sorry about that. I guess this smash is okay, and whatever. Who cares, right? This pack's pretty boring. Maybe Ponder. I think I'm pretty far from white now. I'm gonna hide this. So there's Thoughtseize and there's Ponder. I think the Thoughtseize may be more important because I can use it on myself if I need to. It's good interaction. The Ponder is pretty excellent though, but I already have like one kind of drawing effect. And I think there's like less discard than there is just card draw in general. So it might be worth it to value the discard more. And then there's also like an ultimate price, which is okay, and like Solemn, which is good, but not exactly the creature I want in comparison to like something like Thoughtseize, which I think is a pretty top tier spell for what you could be doing. Pretty easy upheaval with 4 signets. Even if like I don't have a lot of cheap things I can be doing, just like resetting my board and potentially like discarding things for Necromancy and Goblin Welder and whatnot is pretty great. Yawgmoth's Wills seems okay too, but I don't have like a lot of spells yet, so I don't know how great it will be. And there's the Go Fit Throw too, but I already have the Murderer's Cut, and that could just be better because it is just destroy target creature which is strong. Whereas Go with Throat is always 2 mana, which is worth something, but Upheaval is just way better than anything else I can be doing in this pack. 4 Signets Upheaval with a Jesus 1, 2, 3. I don't know, pretty late Mana Crypt. Like pretty absurdly late Mana Crypt. Though maybe this pack was pretty strong. I don't know. I think I'd be happy. I don't think I'll wheel the Imperial Seal. It'd be nice if it did. But if not, there's always the Frantic Search, which is good. I think for this deck, once I do get a reanimation target, Golgari Signet. Worth noting that I didn't get the Gifts and Given. I mean, not the Gifts and Given. The Unbarrel Rights back, but that's okay. There's more reanimator spells than there are spells like Gifts and Given. Gifts and Given is a pretty unique card. And even more unique card is a free Soul Ring. Card is always goes way, way late. People just undervalue Mana Crypt insanely. Which is, you know, cool for me, right? I guess there's like Gilded Lotus. I don't know. I'm not in love with Gilded Lotus. I don't have anything huge to cast yet. But I could get something huge to cast, and it'll be nice to have that. And also, it is pretty good with Upheaval. It's also Scroll Rack too, which is like pretty nice when you are playing with like tutor like effects. Give you more value, so you actually find what you need to find when you need to find it. It's also another artifact too. Like I can attach it to a Gifts and Given package, and maybe it'll work out with a Welder. Though the Welder might not be like a super realistic dream to have. Is the Inkwell more important than the Recurrent Nightmare? And I think it is. As it is an artifact for Welder, I gotta find a way to play Welder too. Already is cool as well. But I can also cast it because it's blue. I mean, it's not super realistic, but the Gilded Lotus helps that dream come together a little bit more. It's hard for them to interact with as well. It's blue if I need to pitch it to Force of Will. Force of Will looks really bad, but maybe it'll get better. Till then, though, I like Inkwell a lot. I just got one off Puka Trade, which is an amazing program. I suggest everyone get one. One Puka Trade, please. That's not how it works, but you know what I mean. So here's Tinker, and this deck I think is coming together a lot better now. I might not even play the Goblin Welder and just do like blue-black. I'm leaving it in the main deck for now, but there's a chance I'll get something out of this pack too. I mean, most likely the last 2 cards will be like Eidolon and Wall of Blossoms, but one can hope. It'd be nice for like the Cryptic, maybe, if like no one else is like heavy blue. Maybe Living Death, but that's less than ideal. I'm pretty happy with Tinker though. Like Liliana is just a stronger card than Marsh Flats. Any other like less powerful black card, like just like Read the Bones of Marsh Flats. I might take Marsh Flats here, just in case I get any like further fixing, or maybe like Sulphur Springs. But Liliana is pretty gross. On her own, she can take over games. You can just like pick apart hands and then just rip apart their board and kind of keep them at like a point of stasis until you're ready to do what you need to do. Might not play like Real Signet. I'm not in love with Time Twister in this deck. I like Metamorph though. I think Metamorph is pretty solid. I can like Gifts and Given with both the Metamorph and Leviathan, and then like somehow get it out there with something sick. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Next pack is just kind of like take all mana, even though my mana is like really nice, just because I do have like all colorless spells. I'm going to want something. I mean, I'm not going to take Hinterland Harbor because I have no green cards, but like Disc is fine in the sideboard. You can tinker for Disc if you need to. You can tinker off a Disc if you need to. Not happy main decking it. so I won't. But if Disc is in my main deck by the end of this draft, then like that means I probably have like the sickest mana base of all time, or something went horribly wrong. I disconnected or something. Go for the Throat is probably better than Phyrexian Negator. Maybe some decks I think I'd rather have a piece of removal than have another big stupid thing. I think this deck has some play against control decks too, so I don't think I need to worry too much about that. And this Signet's nice. I think at this point I might just cut the Grill Signet, but we'll see. It does tap for red, so it's worth considering. I could play like 16 lands pretty easy here, too. Mishra's Factory or Scroll Rack? Probably Scroll Rack is better, honestly. Factory's nice, but wow. These are the last 3 cards in this pack? Are you freaking joking me right now? Am I really gonna take it to ready? I'll just let the computer choose. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, sure. Wow, what is going on? Turnabout, whatever. So I don't know if I'm gonna play this already, but I'm probably gonna play a Time Walk. I saw Steam Vents first, and I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, that's Steam Vents, cool, cool. And then it's just like, no, wait, that's, man, this is a gross pack. There's a lot I would play here. 1, XMage I would definitely play with 2 targets. Steam Vents. Fire Ice 3. Consecrated 4. Dak Faden 5. Drowned Catacomb 6. So there's like a chance, because I think someone's going to take the Hull Spirit Keeper. Someone will take the Lotus Cobra. Maybe like the Red Barrack too. So I think one of the cards that I would play will come back. Hopefully one of the lands. Because I have plenty of playable spells here. Yeah. I do like Daretti a lot. Hopefully this mana just comes together. What would I not play right now? I don't know. It's hard to say. This deck seems really good, though. I could use more card advantage, but there are a lot of broken starts I could have. Mox Jet just better than the Tezzeret could be. Power stacks upon power. The more hands you can open with power, just the better your deck will end up. More things to tinker off of. It's a land, so it's not really like a pick. I can probably play this. I could like pseudo play like 17 lands and just have Mox Jet and Mana Crypt be 2 of them. Play like 15. This Tezzeret would be nice though if it did come back. It seems like it would be good in this deck. As does Mox Jet though. So there's that. Animate Dead, probably good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. It's also Wheel of Fortune, but I don't know if I really need Wheel of Fortune. I have a couple good ways to get card advantage, and I only have 2 ways to reanimate stuff. Though I do have the Daretti. And the Daretti kind of like, I think Wheel of Fortune may be better than at that point. If I'm playing off, especially with all the mana I have. I just like, I gotta take like all fixing after this. Goblin Welder, because at this point, like, what am I reanimating? I'm reanimating 2 artifacts, so I really have like 3 reanimation spells. It means I just can't take like any non-big artifact if that ends up being part of the plan. Mind Twist, that would be really nice. Can I take it? I don't think so, honestly. No, that's dumb. Of course I'm taking Mind Twist. So what am I like cutting now? Probably Gruul Signet. No, I don't want to do that. I mean, this deck is getting sick. Probably Murder's Cut, actually. That seems pretty underwhelming. And that seems incredible. If you're wondering what the silence is all about now, it's just like looking at this pack is the grossest thing. Though I think Mystical Tutor is like insane in this deck. I have Mind Twist, Thoughtseize, Time Walk, Wheel of Fortune, Tinker, Gifts Ungiven, Forceful Upheaval to get with a Mystical Tutor. It's like almost all top tier spells, and sometimes like a card that isn't as good in comparison will be just so much better because you'll need to get something out of their hand. And look what I'm passing for this. I'm passing a Bribery, a Preordain, a Venser, a Vendilion Click. Doesn't feel good. I don't like Pentad Prism, but maybe Daze? I don't like Daze. I think I'm going to take the Disfigure. Don't know how many islands I'm going to play. I'm not going to play Daze, but I'm going to play this Disfigure as like a insurance against certain things. This red splash seems a little suspect, but I don't hate it. Do I play Metalworker? What am I like pumping out with a Metalworker? Like an Inkwell Leviathan? I'm just making tons of mana and like trying to churn through my deck. Do I take Signet for the 2 colors I'm not playing? I don't think so. Sower's pretty good too. I could have like, I think Sower is better than like a Metalworker, which I don't think is going to be the craziest Metalworker of all time. Whereas the Sower could have some play against other decks, and there's also Remand too, but I just like don't have any room in my deck anymore for spells. I need like just top tier shit, and that's it. I'm not in love with the Shielded. Looks like I'm only playing the Inkwell and the Metamorph, which is fine. We'll see if I can get this Impulse in here. I think it'll be good. I'll probably take out one of these Signets. Most likely, probably one of these black ones, either Orzhov or Golgari. Maybe take out this Liliana. It's not that great. Maybe Wheel of Consecrated Sphinx because, you know, whatever. And I like Consecrated Sphinx because I can just cast it, which is nice. If I draw it, unlike with the Inkwell, it's not like I'm like, crap, what do I do with this? I can figure out something to do. It's not an artifact, and while I mean Trinket Mage is like the sickest card, I do kind of want some more late spells. I really only have an Upheaval and an Inkwell and so many things, so much ramp and not enough like, you know, juice. The juice is not loose, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm not really trying to say that, but like I don't really care about Mom. All my creatures kind of get around Mom. There's nothing that's really insane. I guess I don't want to play against a solid Pirate Mage the most. So, give it to you. Inquisition or Masticore? Go Inquisition. I don't think Masticore is really necessary for this deck. And this Bloodstained Mire is incredible. Incredible pickup. So I have like 26 spells right now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And oh my god, this pack comes back with these cards in it. This deck is so good, I think. I'll play Preordain. Okay. Braids, I guess. I guess I should have taken Tide House Color. This Nicol Bolas is like, it's like sort of kind of playable. This deck gotta make some cuts here though. Alright, so, what am I definitely playing? How is my mana? I do have a Bloodstained Mire now. 1, 2. You know, I think I might not play. Well, first of all, let's get rid of like everything we're definitely not playing. Not you. And I might not play the Liliana. As crazy as that sounds, just double black really early is kind of tough. Though I'm gonna hold off from just doing something crazy like that yet. Cards I definitely want to play. All my colored spells I want to play. Like 100%. Except the Liliana. I'm kind of middle of the road about that one. I'm gonna try this Duretti. I think it's pretty cool. You can also like just kind of like fly through your deck. This deck doesn't really have any card draw, so like this scroll rack might be kind of it might not like be ideal. I might like play out my whole hand and then have a scroll rack, which I'm like slowly trying to make work. So this might be better against like a more controlling deck where I have to like play it a little slower. It'd be good coming out of the sideboard, I think. How many lands do I want in this deck? I have 1, 2, 3 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signets. I'm gonna cut the I'm gonna cut one of the signets, I think. No, should I cut Liliana? How many ways do I have to discard my own cards? I have the Wheel of Fortune. I have the Duretti. Liliana is very good. I'm gonna keep the Grill Signet. I think that's important. Maybe all my signets are important. If I cut Liliana, that means let's see. If I cut Liliana, that means I'll have 12, and that'll be like 15. Is that good? I don't know. It's not great. But I don't really want to draw too many lands. It might be too little. This top is kind of slow. Though it helps smooth out my draws. It's like a pretty cheap spell I can play that. It's like I can play up the upheaval too. It can keep me from drawing like an inkwell with a tinker. I can tinker off it. You know, it feels crazy cutting this Liliana, but I think I might. Though it is pretty nice when I can do certain things with it. Having a tough time right now. 11, 12, 13, 14. I would have 14 lands though, so I need at least like... I think I need to cut 2 things. I think I'm gonna cut the Golgari Signet just for some like next level shit worth like Orzhov Signet and like Simic Signet as my off color cards, but it's like, ooh, maybe he's playing white or green, maybe he's playing all 5 colors. Who the hell knows? I don't know. You know, it's worth thinking about. Seems like a pretty crazy mana base. Well, what would you suggest? 3 swamp. It's actually not that bad. 2. I was gonna think 2 mountains anyways. So 3 swamps. Is it enough islands? Let's make sure it's enough islands. 7, 8, 9 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think that's enough. Yeah, let's just try like the craziest mana base of all time. I don't know. 13 actual lands. 15 total lands, I guess. But I have 4 signets and a bunch of really cheap spells, so... Maybe I want the signet because I'm playing so little lands. That actually might be good. Yeah. Though. Yeah, I'm gonna use up my mana base a little bit. And in matchups where the Liliana seems really good, I can just bring it in. I guess I control and whatnot. This is like, I feel this is like more of like a streamlined deck, perhaps. Though I have so much ramp now. It feels like almost too much. But I only have 13 actual lands. 14 with the Mox Jet. But this way my mana is pretty easy all the way up until 6. And I think I value that more than I value having the Liliana. Since the rest of my deck is pretty nice. The Liliana is quite a strong card, though. Yeah, you know what? I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm weak. Gotta make it happen. And going straight into game 1, so let's start it right up. This is a pretty bad hand. I might just mulligan this, honestly. I am on the draw though, so I don't need black mana. I have a lot of black spells I could draw. I don't. Nah, I'll keep it. We'll see what happens. We'll play it risky. It's a pretty underwhelming opening hand, but I could potentially get an Inkwell. There's a lot that could happen. I have some draws. I think I probably should have mulliganed it, but maybe I'm just the worst ever. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so this type of deck really punishes this hand. Kind of exactly what I don't want to happen. That's better though. That makes everything a lot easier. That way I can have like turn 3 Inkwell. So and it's pretty rare that they have like a sacrifice target creature in these type of decks too, so good old Arbor Elf, making everything really easy. I guess I'm happier he's casting a spell than... Yeah, I'd rather see Coalition Relic than more pressure. Thoughtseize, terrible draw. And hopefully next turn we'll have an Inkwell. I'm gonna take excuse me 1 second. Phases. I don't need to stop on their turn anymore, their draw step. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total mana. He's playing Courser, okay. The Salt Monolith on top of his library. You can see it up here. See my mouse? Oh, nice, good for him. Gain some life. Cool. But I'm feeling pretty good looking at this color combination. I think this Inkwell's gonna be chilling for a bit. And also I have 2 Inkwells because Metamorph's gonna land next turn and completely wreck house. He's sick to draw like Thoughtseize. Though at this point Thoughtseize seems really bad. It'll probably be pretty bad next game, so I should probably side it out. Let me write that down. Signet, okay. This is fine. I mean, Force Will is not like the greatest, but just in case he does have something insane to deal with my Metamorph, I'll be pretty happy to have Force of Will. Not Metamorph, my Inkwell. I will choose. Which one do I choose? Inkwell. Thank you, and we will go F4 time. Most likely okay if I attack and then play Metamorph. But I'll, I'm not too sure if Binds Vest was in this cube. I don't think it is, but I will play around it if the opportunity does arise where I need to. And right now, he is about 4 damage short of that happening. So we'll see. Yep, he doesn't even know about the Metamorph, which is great. So Thoughtseize seems like it's going to be bad. Because of that, I might want more ramp. Smasher Smithereens doesn't seem that bad either, though I think I could do better. Go for the throat, maybe? Inquisition? Actually, Inquisition seems... No. If I'm going to take out Thoughtseize, I'm not going to put Inquisition in. I'll try one more removal spell and go for the throat. Didn't draw any black mana that turn, so that was a game that was kind of awkward. So maybe how many black sources do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll sub this too, so yeah, I think I just got pretty unlucky there. I think Over the Throat would be pretty good against him. I think it'll be better than Disfigure because of that Courser. So yeah, we'll see what this does. It's not the greatest hand, but no reason to mulligan. I don't really have anything broken to do, but I have a lot of broken spells to draw, so that's cool. Yeah, no problem. Top 10 awful spells to draw, but at least now Liliana is a much better draw when that happens. This is why I am glad to have Liliana in this deck now, because when you do draw Inkwell, it's so bad. It's just so bad. Especially since I don't have any red mana in this hand, so any Goblin Welder to ready draw is not good either. Interesting hard cast, but I mean, when you can, you might as well, right? Maybe he has an elf he can play off this too. Yeah, I'll just go to my turn. Anything but lands would be amazing. I do have a lot of signets. That's why, again, this is also why I'm kind of happy I'm not playing so many lands, just because that island was just so bad. But it's way less likely I'm gonna have as much of a bad draw from here on out, I feel. Let's see, I have 3 other signets plus 8 lands, so 11 out of 21. Yeah, 1 orb's really not that great against me. It's fine. Untap the swamp in case I do draw Liliana. I don't, just draw another land, which is fine, I guess. Do I want to time walk and just use it as kind of a draw step? I'm not really doing much. I might as well just see what I can do. hand's pretty anemic, so maybe I can just draw like something really sick here, and it'll be good to do that. Like Wheel of Fortune is good, but it's not what I want to be doing. Because I don't have any red mana, so I can't. So here's a Winter Orb, and I'm at 5 mana right now. 7 total. Definitely some things I can draw, like Mana Crypt means in 2 turns I just have a hard casted Inkwell Leviathan. It's not like really any draw is fine for me. If I'm gonna draw mana though, I just want to draw 2 in a row. So he's attacking, which is interesting. I think it means to me that he's probably, he doesn't have a spell to play. Again, not ideal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything at all. Just let me know when you're ready. Because I'm ready too. Okay, he's still attacking. That's great. Sorry, no blockers. Thanks for asking me though. I choose that one. Mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 in total right now. I think just because I can draw already next turn, that this Wheel of Fortune might be gross. So I'm gonna go for it. I already won the first game too, so I can do risky shit like this. I got all 4 mana open, so that's good. What did he discard? Karn, Amir, Battlesphere. Dude, why did... because I have blue mana open, so I kind of get it, but... And should I play Signet? I don't think it's like the best. Actually, I'm gonna play top. And even if I do have to tap, I'll be able to play any of my cheat one of these guys' spells into play, so that's fine for me. And I'll go to his end step and do it then. Yep, Oracle is A-okay. Man, I would have just though if I do have a counter spell, I do completely blow him out by just countering it, and then he has to spend a long time getting back to 7 mana again. Mountain, it's probably good for him. Arbor Elf, yep. Tap away. Ombre. Corsair is fine too. Going deep. Look at all that value he's getting right now. It's insane. Too live for turn. This guy is living a dream. I'll do the first one. I don't really want any of these, so I think I'm going to probably get the Impulse. So having the Forceful already is nice, so I'll go like bam, bam. Okay. And with this, I will untap. Island? Yeah, island's fine. Sure. play out. Draw the impulse. Play out swamp. Play Signet just so I have more mana for the future. I think it's better to do this. I can play the Spell Sky too. I think that might be okay. Yeah, I like that. Since it does block quite a bit. And then the next turn I can get the Liliana going, which is cool. I don't think I'm going to activate the top though, but I'll think about it. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to cut Winter Orb from my cube because there's just so many games where it's just like, you know, he plays the Winter Orb and I'm like, that's great. You know, I mean, maybe he should have seen Signets in my deck and been like, maybe this Winter Orb isn't the absolute best choice I could be making with my life right now, but that's how that goes, I suppose. What's he trying to cast? Very likely I'm going to be Force of Willing whatever this is. For at least, yeah, definitely Force of Willing that. Brayley's is very strong, and he just tapped out, so once I start getting this Liliana going, we'll have a pretty tough time. Block one of these random guys. Doesn't really matter. Probably swamp. Do the island. He's not putting a ton of pressure on me, so what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna play top and activate it. So and if I hit the ready, I'm gonna try to draw into it. Or Welder. Yep, there we go, sweet. So Signet, Preordain, Welder. I'll draw the Dreddy. Play Dreddy. Sacrifice the red Signet because I'm not going to need that because I have so much red mana available. Cool. And your turn. Nah, Spellskite's not gonna attack actually. I could see a scoop happening pretty soon. I'm more curious to see like what he could have right now, especially since he's tapping an Arbor Elf. Yeah, Rafel's it's great. It's 5 mana, but I don't think that's the droid you're looking for. Unfortunately for you. Now I will definitely untap the swamp. Since I'm going to play this Liliana. First, I'm not going to discard any cards. Because I'm just doing this so I can have more counters on him. I think the top's more important. Now I'm gonna play Liliana. I'm playing this like incredibly safe because I can. He's putting no pressure on me. I just wanna. Yeah, I probably should have got her in the top. I don't want to really. Let's see. Maybe I should just. Each player discards a card. I don't really need the top, right? You can't really attack into me. And if he just lets it happen, then he's going to be screwed. Because I'm going to give him one orb and all his lands, and then the rest of his creatures. Yeah, I don't need to do any. I'm just going to chill, bro. If he wants to attack into me and lose his Rafellos, I think that's fine. But there's no way for me just to get rid of his Rafellos like outright, so I'm not gonna like just make him sack an Arbor Elf and let him have that damage that much easier. I think that's actually, this is pretty good for me just because I have this already. So now I have a Metamorph I can bring in to copy his Wormcoil, which is awesome. Just in case I have the pre-order incoming, so I should untap Island. I guess I'll get rid of Signet. I don't know. Yes. Oh, sweet. I just won. That's cool. Is the next game ready? Nope. Okay, so I will pause this until the next round is ready. One more match going, and that match is still in the first game, but who knows? Maybe it'll end soon. Okay, back at it. Round 2. Say it's okay. I'm gonna keep it because it's fine. Not like insane, but there are things I can draw. This guy is playing a Time Vault combo. Just watched his game because he was in the last round. He was the last round playing, and he was taking a bit. So you know how that goes. And we will go to end step when he gets to his turn, just in case I need to get like. You know, I probably should get Thoughtseize. Hopefully nail his Time Vault out of his hand, and I don't know if he has the key, the little take key. I know he has a Tezzeret. Alright. I should have looked at his graveyard a little more, though, to see what he has for counter spells. At least he knows when to play Brainstorm. Too many people treat this card as an instant. It's not. It's a sorcery. Most of the time. I like how he doesn't know I have Thoughtseize either, so maybe he'll keep some cards in his hand that will end up not working out for him. other Thoughtseize right here. I might have to pause this 1 second. Sorry. There was Counterspell, Godless Shrine, Ponder, Arid Mesa, and Supreme Verdict, and I took Counterspell because I feel like he's gonna be able to. He's gonna have draw steps anyways, and I'd rather get rid of the interactive spell than the card that finds what he needs. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. We'll see. Might have been wrong to not take the Ponder there, but I think it's fine, I guess. He doesn't really, he has 2 lands in his hand. He has so he has 1 land potentially and 2 spells. Plays the Ponder. Yeah, maybe Ponder would have been the better idea. I might impulse main step, but I'm not in love with that, so. We'll see what he does. Shuffles, maybe? So he doesn't shuffle. So that could be bad for me. Preordain. I'm going to preordain here. I can still impulse if I need to. But now I'm going to Signet instead, so I'll put this in the bottom. And then I'll play the Signet, and then I'll be able to play Dready next turn, which seems pretty good. I can also Metamorph whatever he has if I need to. What does the Dready ultimate do? It's not the greatest. Okay. Might just launch off Impulse, but it could be better just Dreadying, depending what I draw. So now he has Wrath plus 3 unknowns in his hand. Wheel of Fortune will not be a great draw at any point, just because I don't want to really like draw him into his action. Tutor, yep. Sucks, but it's pretty good. Now Wheel of Fortune I think would be better. Maybe, I don't know. If he draws right here, I think the Wheel of Fortune might be better. Repeal on my Signet? Okay. I don't think that's too bad. Now I really, really want to draw Wheel of Fortune. I think the Ready's probably better. Hopefully I just don't lose. I'll get rid of Metamorph and Island, I suppose. I'm probably gonna want to play Signet so I can, throw it away. Drawing Inkwell was pretty horrendous there, but it's not the worst, I guess. So I don't just lose. It'd be disappointing. client is. Client crash. Well, the client just crashed. So, thanks for watching. Yeah, okay. Well, it was fun while it lasted.